Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, corporate balance sheets going up 56.7 billion, okay, for Bitcoin. Obviously, a lot of that, and most of that, is from MicroStrategy, but others have been loading up as well. 688,000 Bitcoin, leading away 528,000 from Strategy, 47,000 from Mara, 19,000 from Riot, 12,000 from CleanSpark, and 11,000 from Tesla. And there are many others, right? But obviously MicroStrategy is leading away. But you could see how it's just increasing and increasing and increasing. And that's just in America. That doesn't include companies from around the world, which of course is a lot more than that. And here's the thing. People don't realize how strong Bitcoin is. People only look at how weak the market is, but people don't realize how fantastic Bitcoin is and how strong it is right now. And some people realize that. And, Bitwise, the CIOs, is saying, hey, if we didn't have these macro obstacles, Bitcoin would be a lot higher. And I would agree. I mean, just think about what was happening back in December and January. When we broke through 100K, we were going at 109, right? If we didn't have all the tariff stuff to worry about, we could be sitting at 150,000 right now, okay? The way the accumulation has been going, the way the FOMO has been going, it would have brought us much higher. And even with what's going on now, with Bitcoin sitting just slightly under 90, again, if you just take a second and think about that, with everything that has happened, with all the tech companies, I mean, the entire tech sector falling anywhere from 20 to 30 to 40% within the last few months, with all that happening, Bitcoin still sitting around slightly below 90 is amazing. Right? It shows you how strong Bitcoin really is. And it shows you once things turn around, once the conditions improve, how quickly we will come back and how quickly we will form a new high. It will be tremendous. The recovery will be way faster than anyone anticipates. I mean, we could literally be back above 100,000 within days. It took months for us to fall down and hang around these levels. It could take days for us to get back to our previous highs with the right conditions. That's no joke. Right now, like for example, we have this next FOMC meeting, right? Right now, the probability of the cut is near zero, okay? But let's say, what happens if we get a cut? Let's say we get a surprise cut, because the rumors are, and I covered this last night, rumors are Trump is looking to get rid of Powell. And he's looking for ways to do that, even though legally he can't fire him. But supposedly, he's asking the Supreme Court if there's ways he could do it. And there's other ways he's thinking about. He's adding pressure. They're looking for a replacement already. But let's say, Powell feels the pressure. He caves and he makes a cut in May. That's an instance where markets will react very, very favorably. And we could start skyrocketing, right? That's one example. Right now, It doesn't seem like anyone thinks that we will get a rate cut in May, but it could. If not, again, I've been talking about it. We'll get it in June. We just had to wait 1 more month. But May would be awesome. We got one. Another thing is, the M2 money supply, just the global liquidity. The easiest way to think about it, it's a fancy term. You got the M2 money supply. Just think about just how much money there is in the world. That's really what it comes down to. And whenever money around the world increases, guess what happens with Bitcoin's price? It goes up. There's a strong correlation with Bitcoin's price, which you could see here is in the pink, and the black, which is the global money supply. And Bitcoin's price trails the money supply, but you could see how the two are very, very correlated. And guess what? The global money supply is now starting to go up. So what do you think is going to happen to Bitcoin's price? Is this going to be a time where it deviates? Probably not. It's probably going to be a time where it starts catching up and it starts going up. And you may be thinking, why? Well, think about it. If there's more money being given out and more money that are in people's hands, they tend to spend it. And they tend to buy things, or they tend to invest. And more people are starting to recognize that they don't like what's going on. They don't like their financial situation, or they don't like the governments and how they're handling things, or they don't like they don't like tariffs. They don't like their central banks. They don't like inflation, whatever it is. Whatever they don't like, they could opt into Bitcoin. And more people are starting to see that. And look at this. We're going higher. 86.4. Now, good thing is, we're climbing up to 90,000, right? We're not that far off. There is about $7 billion worth of shorts waiting to be liquidated at 90,000. So if we could climb to 90,000, maybe it could be as soon as today. If we get $7 billion worth of shorts being liquidated at 90,000, that is going to push us even higher. Like I said, if we have the right conditions, we will be back to 100K in no time. Like, really quick. Even without the right conditions, Bitcoin could still slowly climb back up, like what it has been doing now, right? People that understand will never go away. I mean, that I think most of you guys know. That's why you're in here. That's why you're watching. You may be bearish short term. Long term, this is the asset to hold. And more people are recognizing it. It doesn't matter what's happening around the world. It doesn't matter what kind of conditions. If we're going to enter a recession, it does not matter. We all know Bitcoin will come back, and it'll come back stronger. And there's no asset that will move faster, or no asset class, I should say. There are assets that will move faster. Obviously, there's crypto out there that will move faster, but no asset class that will move faster than crypto, right? That's why we're in it. So 100K is not fantasy world. We were at 100K. I used to talk about 100K and people laugh at it, right? When we were stuck at 60K, I talk about 100K and people just laugh at it. People are like, we didn't even cross 69K. We didn't even cross 70K. Stop talking about 100K. We'll never get there. Until we did. All right? We will get back up to 100K in no time. And once we do and we make a new high, we'll be at 125. We'll be at 150. And by the end of this year, I think we will be a lot higher, above 200,000. That may seem like fantasy world now, but we'll see. We will see.